beauties, it's me, Evelyn. Na 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 na. Hi guys, my name is Evelyn. If you're new to my channel, so now you know what my name is. So basically I'm a beauty influencer. I do a lot of makeup videos, product reviews, fashion, lifestyle, all that jazz. So if you are interested in any of these topics, you're on the right channel. So in this video I'm just gonna actually talk about few things, some of my new makeup products, some of my favorite brushes. Just gonna do this makeup as well, and yeah, that's about it. Also, if you're a Canada based person, I'm gonna be letting you know about more information about my upcoming in-person masterclass, which is taking place in Canada next month. So yeah, so if you want more information about that, you have to watch the full video or watch the video till the end to get all that information. And yeah, so I like to talk a lot, as you all know by now, so but I don't want to bore you or waste your time, so let's just get into this video. Let's just talk about some stuff, some shit. Let's just do some makeup, put some cake face on and all that. So thank you so much for watching, and before you leave, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, so every time I'm posting a video, which is not happening that often right now, but anyway, whenever it will happen, at least you will get a notification. Okay guys, let's just get into this video. Love you all, take care, stay safe, bye. Let's just go ahead and do some chit chat, and I'm gonna try some new products here, and we will just do some makeup together today. In this video I'm going to try to make this video super relaxed, so yeah, let's just go ahead. Okay, so I'm gonna try some of the new makeup products, and I just thought, why not just do it together on a video. I have kind of given you guys a bit of a tea about them on my other platforms, but why not, let's just do it here. So I'm gonna start by doing my base. Ooh. And I want to do my base super duper glowy and natural looking. So I'm not trying any new product or anything, but I like this one and just want to add a bit of a glow. I'm just using a liquid highlighter just to on the high points of my face to add a bit of a glow underneath. You can use whatever you like. You can even use MAC stroke cream, it's really good. I like that one too. So I'm gonna just do it wherever I usually like to add a bit of a glow. I'm gonna add that first, and we're gonna do this. Alright. If you have a super duper dry skin, you're gonna love this way because it gives you, make your skin looks really nice and glowy before you go with your foundation. But I will highly recommend you, if you have a lot of texture on your skin, avoid using a lot of highlighter because that tend to enhance the texture even more. So I use that's what I always say to people, if you have a lot of texture, don't use too much highlighter because that really enhances the texture. So I'm gonna do it, I want to look very glowy around this area, so I'm gonna just add it a little bit here, a little bit there. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Nars concealer, the Radiance concealer in Macadamia. It's very close to my skin tone, and I'm just gonna use this to cover some of my dark circles. Just gonna apply it right here in the middle, like in the corner, not in the middle, and just gonna leave it here. That's about it, and let it sit on my skin for a few minutes before I do anything else. Right, I'm gonna in this video what I'm gonna try to do is give you guys all my favorite brushes in detail. I'll tell you right here in the video, so you don't have to read the description. So to blend my concealer, or the first concealer I use to cover my dark circles, I'm going to take my Morphe E45 brush. Now this brush is actually come into two sizes. This numbers are different as well. This one is E8, which is slightly more bigger than the E45. As you can see, this one is E45. I love using these two brushes to blend my concealers because they work really well to blend out the concealer. And the way they shape, they're really fluffy and slightly dense as well, so the product doesn't sink in, it stays still on the top, so it gives you really nice full coverage and makes your job super duper easy. So these two are kind of like my favorites. When I'm doing a brightening, I use a different one, but for dark circle coverage, these two are the ones. Depending, like ideally for my dark circles, I use the E45 because it's slightly smaller, so your like the dark concealer doesn't go anywhere else apart from the dark circles or apart from the under eye area. That's the whole idea. So I'm gonna take my E45 now, and I'm gonna start blending my first concealer. So this one is just to cancel out my dark circle or my discoloration, but you can usually see the brown or the redness underneath my eye and on top of my eye. I don't consider this as a dark circles because it doesn't have any blue or a brown, it doesn't have any blue or a gray or a purple tone. It actually has a lot of brown, which is more considered to be a discoloration than a dark circle. So I'm gonna cover this first, and I really just like to press this concealer on my under eye area. I don't drag it or sweep it or anything like that. I just literally press this in my skin. Same thing I'm going to do on the other side. I'm going to do the under eye area first before I do anything. I'm actually going to try some of the, I'm going to show you some of my new favorites as well. The the products I'm absolutely loving. They are so good, so good. I absolutely love it. So there you go. See, already my under eye area is all covered and looks super duper brightened. I think I'm going to use the same concealer, the Nars Radiant. Yeah, the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Macadamia. And I'm going to do a bit of a spot concealing because I'm going to go with very light coverage of a foundation, and I don't want it to be nothing peeking through. So wherever I feel like it, I need to do, or I need extra coverage, or I need to cover these things, I'm going to do a bit of a spot concealing. Okay. This looks good. This looks good. My nose is so red. Yesterday I just went ahead and did a black head and a white head kind of facial at home, and my nose is so red right now that is unbelievable. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this a little bit on my upper lip, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just blend this out. Usually I use the same brush, the E45, especially around my nose or anywhere which has like a larger area to cover, like my nose. I probably will just go with this one again. Okay, but when it comes to the smaller part, like if you're trying to do a spot treatment, or like if you're trying to do a spot acne coverage and everything, pick a brush which is much more smaller, like a concealer brush which is smaller in size and a bit dense. So what you wanna do is you just wanna go around the actual coverage instead of touching the coverage, because if you start blending the product on the actual acne, then you're losing the coverage and you're gonna have to add more product. So the idea is just to blend out what is around the coverage. I just finished covering all the acnes or areas where I feel like I'm gonna need extra coverage. So before I go with my foundation or skin tint or anything like that, I'm gonna start blending this upwards, because on this side my placement has gone a little bit too low. So I'm gonna fix that afterwards, but I love using this product because it literally gives you a very natural looking skin. The way it is, I'm really loving it. And look at it, just look at it. I can't believe how beautiful this is and why no one talks about it, because it's such a beautiful product. It gives you a really nice looking warm glow. I'm gonna take the same product, and I'm gonna apply it on my jaw. It's not gonna give me a super duper harsh jaw contour. Instead, it's gonna give me a very natural looking shadow, and so it's gonna be very, very soft shadow, but it's still gonna give me a bit of a definition on my jawline. So if you're trying to cancel anything major like a double chin or something, you might want to go with something slightly more creamy and pigmented with more coverage. This is gonna give me a very natural looking shadow underneath, which I don't mind, because the kind of look I'm going for today is gonna be very, very natural kind of look. So yeah. And I used my Zoeva stippling brush for the cheeks and everything, and this is in number 125. Now Zoeva is more of a European brand, so I don't know if it's available in any stores within Canada or America, but they do ship everywhere, but you might have to place an online order. And the one I'm using for my jaw is actually from Zoeva as well, and it's their number 110, which is 110, and it's their face shape brush. I love these brushes because they both are really, really, really good. Stipple brush, you can find it in any brand. You can even find it one in MAC Cosmetics, you can find in Elf, you can even find it in Morphe probably, but I like using the Zoeva brushes because I've been using them for a very, very long time. Their quality is really good, and I have it. I get used of the brush I'm using, and then I like it, so I like to stick with that. If it's working for me, I won't change it. So I'm going to use an eyeshadow brush and take the same bronzer a little bit on the side of my nose. The way I do my nose contour is very, very easy. I just follow my natural natural bone and apply the product there like a natural nose bone. And I like to make my nose slightly more slim and long, so I like to blend it like literally on the bone or slightly inwards. But if you want to do it more wider, then just do it outwards. So, and I always like to pronounce my tip a little bit more, so I like to create a shadow right here underneath, so it makes my tip pop out even more. So this is how I do it, and makes my nostril look slightly smaller as well. So there we have it. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead with my blush, and I'm gonna again use an Iconic London blush, and this one is a sheer blush in shade Fresh Faced. Before you ask me, I'm using a lot of Iconic London products because they're kind of giving me like a vibe of natural makeup instead of really full coverage, and I really want to do some natural makeup today instead of a really super duper heavy coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my fluffy brush, powder brush, and I'm gonna take product on the brush. I'm gonna start applying it on the high points of my face. Absolutely love this blush. I have used it so many times. It gives a very natural looking skin. So look at it, just like, oh my god, it's seriously so beautiful. Now I'm gonna take my concealer, my brightening concealer. I think I'm gonna go with my Dior Forever Skin Correct, and I'm using this number shade 2.5N, which is 2.5 neutral, and I'm just gonna apply it on all the areas where I want to be a little bit more brighten or bring all the areas forward. So I'm gonna do that in between my brows, and that's about it. I'm gonna let my concealer sit on my face for a few minutes before I do start the blending. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Flower Beauty concealer brush. There is no number or anything. It's just a concealer brush from Flower Beauty. It looks something like this. So it's pretty flat and it works really well to do your brightening, like your under eye brightening concealer blending, because most of the product I'm gonna blend it downwards, because I really don't need to go anywhere close to my lash line, because I already covered my discoloration and the actual dark circles, so I don't need to take the brightening concealer very close to my lash line. Instead, I'm gonna just drag it down so it gives me a brightened under eye area. I really like using this brush. It's really good. Gonna do the same concealer on the side of my nose. Gonna go around my nose. Gonna blend my chin. Okay. I'm gonna blend this part because I like to make my mouth slightly lifted.
I need to go pee-pee.
Go then. Point. I'm gonna just let things settle down a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit more liquid highlighter. Actually, just gonna take whatever is remaining on the back of my hand from the blush, and just gonna go over just right here one more time, so I have that pop going still, so it doesn't look dull. Instead, it looks super duper rosy. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna take the liquid highlighter again, a little bit, ever so lightly. I'm actually putting it right on top of where my bronzer was. So let's just go and see how things goes. Then apply my liquid highlighter just literally on the high points of my face, or the areas which I want to be a little bit more glowy. So there we have it. I'm gonna put a little bit here as well on the side, so I got the nice glow going. I'm gonna take my blush brush and just apply it a little bit to make sure I have a nice blending and no disconnection. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna take it around my forehead a little bit so I look really connectically. I have something going on there. Kind of is I'm actually gonna use one of my favorite foundation brushes right now. This is from Sephora and it's their Pro Foundation brush in number 56. Now I'm going to take my current favorite foundation, and this one is from Makeup Forever and it's their new HD Skin. I'm using the number 305, and I'm just going to take this a little bit on this brush, ever so lightly, and I'm going to go ahead and just blend everything out. So I'm going to basically blend all the harsh edges together so they look much more blended. So I have my foundation and everything else kind of blended. It's looking pretty good. We have everything going on nicely. What I'm going to do is, before I do anything else, I'm actually going to take my concealer brush one more time and just go over my under eye area, because that will always have some creasing, so you will have to smooth it out before you go with powder. So we're gonna do that, and I'm actually going to take and I really didn't want you to say this, but I am literally obsessed with Givenchy Prism Wear powder. I really like this powder. I think it's one of the best setting powders I ever used, and I know it's expensive. I know, I totally agree with you. Is it really worth it? Yes, definitely. I personally think it's definitely worth it, because it's just the way it looks. It makes your skin looks. It's beautiful, literally beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, I don't want to apply the powder all over my face because still want to keep my glow, but I want to add a little bit to set the areas which tend to crease first. So I'm going to go ahead and apply it on my T-zone for sure and my under eye area. Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to apply a little bit oil because I just had lunch. Yeah, I took a break in this video and had lunch, and Saiba and I had our lunch, so we're just gonna, and now I'm continuing this video for you all. She's obsessed with my hairstyle today. She's like, Mama, this looks so cute. Now I'm gonna go with my Prism powder and actually gonna set my under eye area. I always like to make sure I have no creasing whatsoever before I put the powder, because if there is creasing, it's gonna set like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and press the powder on my under eye area so it literally smooths out that. The brush, I'm actually gonna take this, go around my jaw. Okay, so for blush I used my Morphe 437. I really like this brush because it's really fluffy. It's actually for powder. You can set your face with this, or you can use it for powder blush, but I noticed it works really well with cream products as well, so I use only this one. Again, it's Morphe 437. To set my face with the powder, the setting powder, I use my P. Louise brush, and this one is number 673. I don't know which purpose this brush is for, but I use it to set my face or even to set my contour with the powder, like powder products. I really like this one. P. Louise has really nice brushes too, and I think I kind of told you about every other brush, I guess so anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and eyes, I'm gonna take the same blush I used on my face, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on my lid first. Okay, because it's such a sheer shade, it's gonna give me kind of like a really nice cream base before I decided to go with any color if I want to add any more color. So you have it. Okay, so it's going to give me this kind of sheer look, blending the edges out on this one, so I have a nice definition. Rid of this pink highlighter from, this is the Anastasia Dream Glow Kit. I'm going to take this yellow shade right here, which is called Sun, right in the inner corner. Yellow one right here in the inner corner, so it's gonna make my inner corner really stand out. I'm gonna take a drag it a little bit out as well. There we have it. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side before I do anything else. Below my arch right here. Okay, and you want to make sure there's no harsh edges. With the blending brush, I'm gonna add this pinkishy peachy shade from Natasha Denona Tropical Palette, and I'm gonna take this a little bit on a blending brush. I'm just gonna pop it right here in the inner corner, ever so lightly, and a little bit on the outer part right here. Brush, and I'm going to apply it right on my lower lash line, the same pink shade from Natasha Denona palette. Now I'm going to apply some mascara and all that jazz, and I'll be back. Okay beauties, so here you go. This is the final look. I am all done with the hair, with the makeup, with the outfit. kind of wore a sheer top just to complement this neutral looking glam. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video with me and or doing my makeup with me. If you are if you do follow me on Instagram and TikTok, I want to let you know in this video I'm actually doing my first ever masterclass, in-person masterclass in Canada. Well, I'm Canada based, so of course it's taking place in Canada, and and it's happening next month in April, on April 16th, and this will be taking place in Calgary. So if you are from Canada and you want to attend this masterclass, just go check out my link in my Instagram or TikTok bio, or I will add the link in the description box below on this video as well. If you're interested to attend this masterclass, you can secure your ticket through the link. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you all. Take care.